Good evening. It's other day than we used to do. It's Wednesday, March 23 already, and I'm wearing my Fish Studio Loves Mac OS shirt, and we are not doing any Mac OS stuff today because I don't own a Mac, unless someone sends me a Mac, but I guess not. Let's start the show. Welcome back. It's the first live stream for this week. I've been struggling with a severe stomach flu, so I had to postpone my session from yesterday. Still a little bit recovering. Let's see how long I can make it in this stream. Maybe 15 minutes, maybe longer. Maybe I have to run off, go into the restroom, but we'll see. Today we are going to refactor a little bit the client-side security side that we built last week. We created that with SQL Server, local version of SQL Server, as Blazor server-side service, I think. I also want to have a look if we can do that in SQLite as well. So we probably will restart another project, do the same thing as we did last two weeks, but then copy it over to SQLite. And let's see how that turns out. Let's move to the code window here. And it's still snowing, even though it's about 20 degrees Celsius in my place. Not sure how much that is in Fahrenheit, but yeah, let me see if I can put that on my desktop. Don't think so. No, it's too slow. Yeah, and there is still a war going on in the world. That's also not making things better. Let's start Fish Studio here. Let's hope for the best. Our project was called something like, yeah, which one was it? One of these. That's interesting. Test client auth is, I think, the last one. Should have pinned it. Let's see. It's probably a bit slow because it's just rebooted. I was kind of late again. I always tend to look things up just before the stream and then hitting the stream from one line. Stick to that stream, and I should not do that. Also, the repository we use now is not on GitHub. Maybe I should do that, but for that I need to rename things. Weather forecast. I think this is the one. Because we have the client side with login pages, logout pages, registration page, and we blocked the page for, I think for the API on the server side, shared models, I should have brought this into. Oh, there's an updated version. Let's have a view of the details there. 2.1. That's, I think, that's a hotfix, I think, because it should be preview 2, and now it's 2.1. Wonder why that happened. Release notes. Yeah, that's what I thought. I was reading about it. There was an issue going on with Maui on Mac did not install, and it did break the build. Or did not break the build because they were able to build it, but they were breaking the projects using that. Let's say there are the other updates for preview 2. Even my voice is a little bit, yeah, I don't know. I think I lost my vocal cords throwing up every 2 hours. Last Sunday, the night was Saturday on Sunday. I have been terribly ill for about 2 days, and I usually am never ill. So at first we had a little bit of a worry that might be COVID, but it's tested for that, and it was not. It was no COVID, and I already had 3 shots. So if it would be, then it would be only limited. Okay, let's not install that now. Don't waste your time doing that on the stream. Is the audio peaking? Peaking. I don't know. Sounds a bit strange. Let's check my streams, by the way. Let's move this to the main window so I can have a quick look at the dashboards. This is YouTube. YouTube is streaming. There it is. And Restream is... I don't see anything. It is restreaming, but let's refresh the page. That's it. Let's see if the audio is also cancelled. Otherwise, you should have an echo in the stream. That's not what we wanted to have here. Go into the code window again. Let's quickly run this and see if it's still working. F5. I hope I can remember the login that I created. Add to source control. Three APIs, accounts, login, and why is this breaking? Because there is a breakpoint there. Let's continue. Looks all just like a standard Blazor application, but it's not, because this one has security implemented, we can register like Maarten at docus.nl test 1 2 3 4 bang dot 1 2 3 4 test 1 2 3 4 bang dot. Layout is not what it should be, but that's okay. There's another breakpoint, move that away, and another one. And I think it succeeded, so now we need to log in. Maarten at docus.nl test 1 2 3 4 bang dot and another breakpoint, and I'm logged in now. And it's showing my name in here now. Well, not really my name. About Blazor. That's the original link. And what if we log out? Then it's simply need to fetch data. That should be blocking. F9. That's giving an error because it needs authentication, and I did not handle that yet. That's something we need to fix today. So let's log in here at docus.nl test 1 2 3 4 bang dot submit. Now we go to fetch data again, F5, and now we get the data. Don't know why the reload is still there. I think that's an old message. Unauthorized, yeah, I think it's an old one. Let's retry that. That's better. Not sure what this big signature is. Let's close that quickly. Home, fetch data, and F5, and no error loading. What I basically want to do here is something that we also did with sdncast.nl. If there's an admin page, if you're not authorized, it should show something like this. So let's have a look on GitHub what I did with that. No, not Google, GitHub. GitHub. Hub. And just need to log in there. Password. That's what you get when you use a password manager. You don't know your own passwords anymore. And the passwords are so big I can't even remember even if I wanted to. There we are again. And now I get distracted by all these nice updates from other people. And I forgot what we are going to do here. Oh, we were going to SDN cast. Let's go to my repository, my profile. Go to there, SDN cast. Source. Now we have to switch to, I think, the new hip or revamp maybe. And then this one, I think, pages, and have a look at the admin page. There should be some reference, I think, here for authentication. Page body. I think it's restricted on a different level. Because what we put in our code is something like can't remember. I think put it on the API. So we need to check for this page if it's logged in. Where's the server? Program. No, not program. The weather forecast controller, that's needed to be authorized. With the main page, the client side, that was done on navigation, I think. If it's authorized, you show this. If it's not authorized, you show that. And let's see if that's also somewhere in GitHub repository over here. And it's not. But the other one is obviously a different kind of application. So I wonder how I did that in here. Services. App settings, that's the application key. Let's go by one. Playlists. Let's find this this door. Even that's not there. There it is. This one is using OpenID Connect. It's a little bit different than you use Azure for your authentication. In our case, we use a database. So where do we have this? That's the sign in page. Sign in. Account controller. Login partial. In this case, it's using this. But even this one is a different kind of security, I think. Locations, analytics, sign out. Yeah, this is in the index, in the admin pages. It's this one. I think this is the page showing the door. If the user is not authenticated, then it's redirected to sign in page. That's better. Blazor WASM. Cascading parameter authentication state. In your main layout, add a code block as follow. Task authentication state. Authentication state is not authorized. Blah, 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 do login. Right, the solution better work, but redirect back to the page. The user came from ending up authorizing, checking login, finally completing login, and got stuck there. Require authorization for the entire app. But I don't want it for the complete app. What if we do this one on the page? Copy. Let's bring that in here. On the client side. Let's see if that's working. Fetch data. Let's close this. Yeah, we need to rebuild. That's giving an error. No. And that's because of the authorization is not used. That should be part of imports. The client, yes. It's already in there. Oh, It's not. Okay. Still logged in. No, logged off now. Go to fetch data. Not authorized. And now, instead of not authorized, I would like to show some other information. Or redirect. At least it's not showing the error anymore. Where is it? Blazor WASM. I think it's the same page, is it? Basically to apply authorization to all pages, but I don't want to have it to all. Authorization authorize. Yeah, it's prefixing it with this part. Furthermore, you can add attribute, allow anonymous on pages that don't require. If you want to redirect the user to any page, here's how blah blah blah. App.Razor, current user. Oh, we now have, let's see. Where's the shared thing? There, client, main layout, No. Where's the unauthorized? Unauthorized? Is it what it's showing? Not authorized. Okay. Nowhere. Procedural Server. So this should do something similar then. If you register, once you register, it will navigate to this. So if we have the import, where is it? The fetch data page. With the on initialized async. Check for authentication. Exception redirect. What's doing the exception redirect in this case? Add HTTP message handler, base authorization message handler. Majert. Good evening, good night. Preparing a study plan. It's too much to work 13.5 hours a day. It's what I do, more or less. I get up at around 6:30, then go for a walk, have some breakfast at 7 a.m. and start working, doing some showers and things like that, and then start working around 8 until 5 or 6. That's 8. And then I do things like this. Well, I don't count this as work, really as work, but to be honest, it is exactly the same as my work. So that's 13.5 hours, more or less. That, you can do that, but it's not really healthy. You should get some decent rest, I think. Google handle authentication, Blazor, WASM page 12. I think 10 hours should be healthy, because there are people who do work 4 days 10 hours, but obviously then they have a 3-day weekend. Also depends how old you are. If you're young, then you can do a bit more. On the other end, they say if you're very old, then you don't need much sleep anymore. Authentication, authorization. Expose the authentication state as a cascading parameter. If the authentication state data is required for procedural logic, this is what we saw in what's it called? On Stack Overflow as well. If user identity authenticator is true, claims can be enumerated and membership roles evaluated. Set up the task authentication state cascading parameter, used the authorized route view. Cascading authentication state. Authorized view component. Okay. So can we do this? Can we do this on every page? Authorized view. I know this question is variable, but I wonder your comment. I wonder if I study like 10 hours plus, can I get a job in 6 months? Well, you can basically get a job tomorrow if you like. It also depends on who will be your employer. So if you know nothing, you can agree on learning on the job agreement. Usually what then do is get a lower wage, and then you're allowed to learn on the job. But that obviously depends on the on your employer. If you already have some experience, then you can show off what you already know. Login display, role-based, content display during asynchronous authorize attribute. If signed in. Customize unauthorized content with router components. Yeah, if the not authorized tag isn't specified, the authorized route view uses the following fallback message. Not authorized, and that's what we see here. How to set up custom content. Do we have this one also in our app Blazor? No. Oops. Oh, that's this one. Cascading Authentication State. Authorized route view. It's this one. So I have to apply a lot and find the right one for me. I mean, can I find any kind of job that suits me easily? I think at the current situation there's a lot of demand for anything, no matter what. It's a good question. I always say that if you are unemployed, your job is to find a job, and so you should go out and don't stop until you find some job, and from that job you learn what you want to learn, and apply for the next job while you are in the first job. In that position you have money to live on, and you're doing experience, you're getting experience, and you have time in the evening to do your learning, to get new jobs, and you really need to show off what you learned. For example, doing like this, live streaming, or exposing for forums, things like that, GitHub projects, whatever. With that, you can show people what you learned and what your options are. And that really can be challenging if you're if your thing on live stream is something completely different than you used to do. But I think learning on the job, at least with the job, is much better than being unemployed and have no income and then keep learning. You better get your job first and from there start learning. So I think that's a better approach. Procedural logic. Do something. If the app is required to check authorization rules as part of the procedural logic, use the cascaded parameter of the type authentication state to obtain the claims principal. Common errors. Authorization requires cascading parameter of task authentication state. Consider cascading authentication state to supply this. Last question. Oh, you can ask as many questions as you like. Let's bring this in, cascading authentication state. Oh. Router app assembly, that's this one. Found context, that's this one. Authorized route view, route data. Default route. Default layout, I should say. Then not authorized. Why is this all squiggly? Is front-end a good way? Is there an area with more job opportunity than this? Ooh, that's also a tough one. I think these days you need more than just front-end knowledge for front-ends. As you see, this is what I'm building right now. That's basically all front-end, but it's all infrastructure like security, databases, and things in the back-end as well, unless you have people building your back-end services, and you're not there when you just only do front-end. There's much more to that than just only front-end. But what you can do is start building relative simple websites. For instance, if you have a little store in your environment who needs a website front end, or you have a sports club who needs a front end, a website, just build one. That's the way you learn it. route authorized view, authorized route view, that this one was missing. There it is. Authorizing. I'm not sure if this is all visible within this application. But let's try it. Not found. Page title. There's a cascading authentication state again. Thank you for much giving valuable information. Yes, the value is just go do things. Pick up a book, go on the internet and get, for instance, a CSharp reference, and learn your facts. I had a link for the CSharp reference. I found myself, I think yesterday or the day before, and there's so much valuable information in that. That's learning you how to program from the start. Let's see if I can find it here. This is the CSharp reference, and there is a download here PDF that explains everything about CSharp, but also how to get started with your little Hello World program. But there are small tutorials in here as well. If I go completely to the bottom, I think there are all kinds of examples in here showing you how to do things in C#. And if you, this is a 2729 pages documentation explaining everything about C#, showing your hello world, how numbers work, list collections, all specifics. Tutorials are in here. So if I put this link in the chat, download the PDF, I should say, and start reading from that. This is from the sources from Microsoft. So this should be completely up to date with the current version, and start building your tutorials that you find in here. And there's really simple tutorials that everyone can make. There are also links to where you can have some playgrounds. Tutorials also available to run locally on your machine. Let's click on that. Well, it's showing you only explaining it what to do, but it's also explaining you how the numbers work, things like that. Oh, that's not what I need. Memorize this 2729 pages. I'm going to do that. What I'm actually wanted to do is every week pick an item from this reference guide and to discuss that, or make a little video on YouTube, specifically on the one topic, and see if that works. Let's see. Now I lost track again where I was. On here. The content of not found, not authorized, authorizing can include arbitrary items such as interactive components. If the not authorized tag isn't specified, the authorized route view uses the following fallback method. And this is some page, I think. Using authorization. Let's first see what the changes did to my application. Where is it? Here. Let's rebuild it. Now we go to fetch data. There is the information from that main page. So that's already an improvement. So if we log in here, no problem. I always like to answer questions. My throat is dropping. My voice is dropping, I should say. Not sure how long I can manage to do this today. 1, 2, 3, 4, bang, dot. Submit. Now we go into fetch data. 5. And now it's shown. Logging out again. Fetch data. And it's blocked again. Cool. So now what I would like to do is, if I have no goodbye, good night, I should say. Have a good night's sleep and learn some new things there. See you in another stream. And I think you're already following, but everyone else, just hit the subscribe button and the follow. But you already did that. Dum, dum, dum. What I want to do here is basically redirect. Navigate. Authorized redirect, and this is the appraiser page. login redirect. That thing is also part of the menu, I think. Yeah, I think that's it. We don't have a login redirect page here, I think. Login display. What's in the navigation menu then? No. Main layout. That's a login display. Yeah. So we need to add another page there. Add new item. Razor component. Login redirect. Yeah, I know. Stop this. And go in here. Copy. Because that needs to be anonymous. The navigation manager. Navigate to. Login, that's this one, I think. Yeah. Oh. So this should already be okay. And then, not this one, this one. We should do this one in the not authorized section of Blazor. Let's try this. Now we're not logged in. Fetch data. That requires me to log in. Test 1, 2, 3, 4, bang, dot. Now we should be able to do it. So when we log off, we should do this and we enter the information, it should actually go back to the page that we wanted to display there. previous page. So another aggregation. This looks like a thing. There should be login redirect, copy. Then on redirect, there's this one. Copy. There. Let's see what the difference is there. We already have this one. Code. We have code already. Oh. We need parameter in there. Then the initialized, that's the return URL. Force load is true. To string extrapolation, something like that. Force load is true. Bypasses client-side routing and forces the browser to load a new page from server. Whether or not a URI would normally be handled by the client-side router. Let's do it without that first. Save. Rebuild and apply changes. Build errors. Cannot convert lambda expression to intended delegate because some of the return types in the block are not implicitly converted to the delegate return type. In ASP appraiser. Oh, wait, there's another one. What's wrong with that? You have mixed tabs and spaces. Okay, fix this. Build it. What's the issue here? Oh, the navigation manager maybe is not in here. Is that it? Copy. Apparently that was it. Oh yeah, because the other ones, the navigation manager was in there. F5. Fetch data. Now it's found the return URL. Test 1, 2, 3, 4 bang dot. Yeah, but it's not redirecting it to fetch data. Why not? Let's check it again. Where's the redirect there? That returns to login. Oh. Yeah, this is the one. Let's see the application there. Redirect to login. And this one. Then update. Following addition is to add a login, logout button to your app. Login display, that's the one. Login display. Not authorized, redirect to login. This one should be picked up, not in the place where I picked it up. Copy. This should also go to the login, I think. Let's break it on there. Stop this. F5. Now it's adding an auto property. What? Requires restart. Yeah. We did restart. Go to fetch. Test 1, 2, 3, 4. Bang. Dot. Yeah. Now it's null. So I should get the return URL from the query, and I did not get that. Let me think there. If it's unauthorized, it's showing this as a parameter. Set to fetch data. Don't understand why this. I think this is a non-local path. Google Blazor read query string. There. This part of the post I'm going to take a look at query strings, how we can work with them, because at this point Blazor doesn't give us any tools out of the box. In fact, Blazor pretty much ignores them. We're going to start off with covering what query strings are and why we want to use them over route parameters. Query strings, why use them over route parameters? Good question. For me, query strings provide more flexibility over route parameters when it comes to optional values. Having optional parameter in a route can be a real pain, if not impossible. Using query strings, introducing web utilities. That's a lot to do just the query string thing. Is that still the case? This is a pretty old thing, I think. But it should be done in this one as well. The question is, was this updated? Where does he use this? In counter? Is there a reference by Microsoft? Okay. So that's kind of new, I think. Stop this. Then do this. Return URL. I think that should do it. Let's try that. And this only if you want a different name, I think. Car cost. Yeah, see, that should be it. So the name's not really needed here. As it will pick up the same name. Let's build it. Yeah, 5. Let's do it. Where are you waiting for? F5. Come on. Fetch data. No, I'm still logged in. Fetch data. docus.nl, my fake address. Test 1. Test 1 2 3 4 bang dot break. Now it's still fetch data. Oh, and I needed to put it there. Do did compile, but it did not do it. 2, 3, 4, bang dot. There's nothing there because that's not okay. So we need to fix the input there. Appraiser. Let's put a break on this. Log out. Add watch. That's the URI. To base relative path. Fetch. Remove base URI. The base URIs, I know where to find make relative. The difference is, so probably need this, make relative URI. Stop this. Let's type URI. And I have a URI. What happens if we do copy, paste? Let's start with this. And now I want to make relative. And then I do the same thing. Why is my IntelliSense not working? because this is not working, it should be URI equals to URI make relative URI base. No. Why is that not available? Let's try that again. Fetch. That's already in here. Oh, it's Navigation Manager. Base URI. That's base URI. Okay. Navigation Manager base 222. Okay, that's not allowed. So stop this. So URI full URI and URI base URI equals to navigation. We can change this back later on. Base URI and then URI redirect. No, that's not how you only need string. String. Is that a string that we get the string back? Make relative URI. Full URI make relative URI base URI. What does this return? Another URI. Bit of overkill with all the URIs, but let's just first see if it works. Redirect URI. Why is there a squiggly? Don't know. build. Where did it need the var return URL equals to full URI dot make relative. Come on, solve it. What's he doing? Yeah, there it is. Oh, now we have two of those. Base URI. Why is this now complaining? It is messing with me. I think I need to reopen, save, reopen and close it again. I think Visual Studio is acting on me again. It did that before, I think last stream before that. Today. Loaded and ready to use. Let's prove it. Build. Still one failed. Is it not allowed to put comments in? Oh, maybe it can only inject one of these? No, that's not true. base relative path. Let's see what the variations are on that. Navigation manager, absolute URI. Base URI. Yeah, we can do it easy, the easy way out. To base relative. That's the full URI. There's also a string. Replace base URI with nothing. Then take that off. Let's see if that builds. Put a break on there. I said put a break on there. Why not? There then. Okay. F5. Fetch data. F10. Oh. How's that even possible? Let's restart that. 5. Fetch data. Amin Ismail, good evening. How are you doing today? I wanted to have a look at this. Copy. Oops, that's failing. Okay. Why is that failing? Because the base URI equals to this string, and the URI equals to this. So why wouldn't that be valid? Is it intent behavior to wipe the base path out of the URI, and the final result will be that? Good night. Yeah. Extract base URL from the full URL. The other one, no, not JavaScript. Let's add C# there. There's the host, path and query. Is it just path and query? Does that exist? Let's see if that exists. I don't think so. Not sure where they found that. No, not GNU. Make relative URIs examples. Relative from path to path. I think I really overcomplicated because I basically want the last part of the URL. Path, not a local path, get path. That's a URI, that's something different, I think. URI. CSharp URI reference. Absolute path. What's put in there? That's basically what I need. Although it's a routing thing. Because the easiest way would be if I just do something like this. But the question is that accepted? as a string. That's a full path. The return URL will be then in login there. We'll pick it up there and navigate it back to there. But that's a URL. What's the navigation menu then? Oh, that's used by Navlink. Href is fetch data. Back there, fetch data. Now puts that thingy in front again. So I should just remove this part. It's the same thing that we started with. The solution apply for Blazor WebAssembly. Ready, is it from top to bottom? All to new. Yeah, it's from old to new. It's a non-local path. Updated found, click, fetch data and link. After entering login credentials, this would put it back to, where was it? This one. Given the base URI, one previously returned converts an absolute URI into relative to the base URI. Login redirect, that's this one. Oh wait, it's added in here. Darn it. Why is it added in here? That's it. Really? It was already in there to begin with. There you are. Really, sometimes docus, what the now, test 1 2 3 4 bang dot. They are. It was just already in there. Only thing was not needed is this thing over here. Darn it. So let's recap again. That's why I need to go to do this step by step. The appraiser page, if it's not authorized, we are going to pick up the base a relative path from the URI that is currently in, from the current page, moving it to opening login direct, redirect. That's this one. On initialize, it will automatically redirect it again to the login page, providing the return URL, going to the URL login page, then there, login page, immediately also is doing a thing, logging in, and if the result is successful, then it will navigate back to the original location. Let's see if let's let it fail. Log out, fetch data, and then test, submit. That's invalid. That's good. Let's have a look at what is in here. Why is this not central? Where is this? This is what page? Username and password are invalid. Username and password. There. And where's that put in the layout then? It's a login controller. That's the return value. Let's put in the login page. Error. That's there. If show errors. Line vertical. Text alignment, content alignment. Layout. Bootstrap 5. Current 5.1.3. Docs. Layout. Now let's have a look in the browser itself. Let's have a look here. This one. That one. Paragraph is a part of the div there. Div alert danger. There. Center. What happened there? Thanks for the follow. Yo 4x. Okay. Yo 4x. Yo 4. Yo 4. Well, let's leave that for now, because that's not really important. Well, that was working. So if I log in there, again, and do some blah 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 there, submit. It still says the password is incorrect. Test 1 2 3 4. Bang dot. Then it's going to back to the return page and fetching the information. That's working, and I'm logged in. So let's do some renaming there as well. Put some space on the submit button, margin, login page. Some margin top, let's say 3. Let's auto reload. Let's auto reload. There it is. Now it's fixed. Good. Let's see how the register one looks. That also needs one. Register. Put that on the button as well. And that's fixed. Why is this now not fixed anymore? What? Why did it put it back there? That's strange. Let's completely reload it. I didn't do it, did I? No. Let's build it again. That's even better. Let's clean it first. Now build it. Run F5. Lots of warnings, I think. I said F5. Login. Now it's okay. Why was it not? This is okay. That's okay now. Fetch data, redirects to login. Test 1, 2, 3, 4 dot. Oh, and that's correct because it was test 1, 2, 3, 4 bang dot. F5. It all works, I think, the way it should be. Let's see if we can rename something. That's always a challenge because I should have done that at the start. What if I rename this? Blazor client authentication WASM. And that's a question, is it actually WebAssembly? I think we've closed this one. Copy. And now I don't know what the opening folder was. What the containing folder. Oh, I did rename the folder, but not the location. And also should not be client authentication, maybe. Open file in Explorer. That's the client. There's a solution. rename this one. What? Oh, it is already. Huh? No. That's a different one. This is the one. I was almost surprised. Authentication with client-side Blazor. That's the one on GitHub. So basically I should maybe name it the same to be compliant with the other one. So let's rename this. And copy that. Copy. Then rename the solution. Why is this one over here? And the bin output's in here. What? That's strange. That should not be there. Let's have a look how that is in the project. Why are these outside this one? Strange. Upload project. There's nothing special in there. So why does it store this on a different location? Properties. Test shared. Login model. So what's in there then? Only the weather forecast. Is that even used? Weather forecast. Test authentication shared. Yes, that's in there. It's a separate project. Strange, because I would expect all these items in here be in a different location. Test. This one is client-side Blazor test, client authentication, shared login model, and this one, same thing. So what if I move these items? I'm probably going to mess things up if I do that. I don't care. Because this would be the how it should be. Here's the nougat things in there. And there's a project in here as well. So how do I have two projects? And there's a weather project for weather forecast as well. I think this one is not used. The last one built there. So let's clean this up. I think this can go. Cut. Let's put that aside here. And bring this one to here. Let's rename it to shared. And now if we open it, it will probably complain that it's not finding the project. Still finds it or not? Oh, no. No, can't find it. That's good. And that's because this one needs to be fixed, I think. Open with, let's pick Notepad there, shared. What's the project that's in there? Oh, it's not called this, but it should be this. Save. Close and then reopen. They should have a different reference now. Project references. Where are the references? Two succeeded, 1-0 failed. So did it only build 2? Yeah, I think so. F5. Why is it loading the application? Just open the server and not the other one. Project, build, configuration manager. They're all built, that's good. Where are the startup things? Configuration manager. No. Startup should be multiple client, server, project dependencies will be client will depending on server and shared, server only on shared, shared on nothing. Okay, so F5 this. Ooh, it's already 12. 5 minutes past 12. Oh, still logged in. Log out. Yeah. Maarten de docus.nl test 1, 2, 3, 4 bang dot. Okay. That worked. The header there should be changed, test client auth. Where's the text? I think we can look it up somewhere. Pages will be probably the part of the client, obviously. Client, yes. Part of the shared page, and then the main layout, probably. There it is. This should be called authentication with client side. With client side Blazor. Oh, it was already stopped, I think. Yeah, that doesn't fit. Let's make that then client side. Let's see if that fits. That fits. I like it. That works. So basically you want to put this into a repo on GitHub, I mean. Initialize, backup and share your repository. Create a Git repository. Let's wait because I also want to exclude the database. That's on the server, I think. Where's the database? There. Oh no, it's a local SQL Server. That's the difference in here. Okay. So that's something we need to test if we going to clone it somewhere else. But for now, let's put the thing on GitHub, on source control. Create Git repository. Default. License template. Is it MIT, I think? And a README. GitHub. Let's re-enter my credentials. Put in some secrets there. Oh, it's already done. Showing success. And quickly return to Fish Studio. Okay. Repository name authentication with client side Blazor. Enter the description. .NET 6. Private repository, no, not private, public. We should go to GitHub. Push. Been created. Open the Git repository window. Master. Well, let's go to GitHub then. See if it's there. Test client auth. Cool. So if anyone wants to play along with this, then you can go to GitHub and clone this one and see if you can get it going. Link in the chat. Okay, that's it for now. Our ultimate goal was to refactor and to rewrite to SQLite. That did not work for today. That's too much. But I think it looks good now. it works. And we have checked it in. That's also a good thing. Let's close all these items there. So next time then will be cloning it and see if we can get it running from a clone instead of from the repository from this one, because I want to check if everyone can download it. And also want to do more refactoring on the naming, because the test client auth is not a nice name for the components. And then also putting SQLite again, or again for the first time, but see if we can do that. So that's it for now. Also need to check if it's actually Blazor WebAssembly that I'm currently using. And this is the original one. No, not original. That's another one. There's so many things there. This is the original one. So I should put this in the link. This link in the README. Where is my first? I closed my first studio. Let's quickly reopen that. Let's sync. Did we get a README now? There it is. No, that's not the one. That's not logged in there. Duplicate tab. My repositories. This one. Why didn't it get this one? Oh, it's a solution. Oh. fetch. Why is there no readme in here? Is that in the git ignore? There's a readme. So it's not in the solution. Add existing item. License text. $2022. What does it look like on his thing there? It's also MIT. Blog item, blog post by Crescenti. And I did had it open here somewhere. Where is it? This one. Okay, let's put that in here. is it not removing it? Early .NET. Commit and sync. Yes. Good. That's it. Let's wrap it up. Close everything. Start the VStudio installer there to have it ready for the next version tomorrow. It's actually today already. View details. 25th anniversary of VStudio, earlier last week or the week before. Update. Let's update. Okay, we'll let this run. I will be back tomorrow. That's Thursday. It's already Thursday on my side. It's 12:30 a.m. Just a.m. Always confused if a.m. is midnight or in afternoon. I think p.m. is afternoon. At least it's 0:30 midnight for me now, and as usually you have to get up at 6 again. I will be back tonight, this evening, for everyone in other time zone. Thursday, what is it? 9 p.m. Central European time. That's usually something about 1 p.m. I think, maybe PST or so. I don't know. Look it up. 9 p.m. Central European time. Thanks for watching. If you don't already do that, please subscribe my YouTube channel or follow me on Twitch if you want to get notifications of the next stream. Thanks for watching today. Hope to see you back in about 20 or 18 hours or so. I don't know. Yeah, 21 hours. 21 hours, obviously, because it's 9 o'clock. 9 is 21 hours. 20 hours and a half, I should say. Thanks, everyone. I'll see you next time. And thanks for following and subscribing. Bye-bye.